Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, good. Been back testing all day.
Oh, good one.
I feel proud that we've done it. Not good.
Yeah, good job.
Morning.
Morning, Justin. How are you?
Yeah, good, good.
That's good to hear. How did you get on yesterday? You said you had a good move on it.
Smashed it all day yesterday.
Ah, awesome.
Seemed like every time I got to the charts, there was a decent trade setting up, and it was great.
That's awesome. Morning, Ty. Yeah. So it was a rough one for me at the start. Was the missing this move. For me, that was a bit rough, and then took the buy when that 30-minute candle closed nice and strong, thinking, yep, makes sense to target the high here, and then it didn't, went pear-shaped, and then just couldn't jump in on that, but I got the move down here, which was nice. Yeah, late London session, dropped about what did we drop? 170 pips, 50 pips more than we usually do. And I was watching it, and I was thinking, this level might hold over here. Where's my pen?
Yeah, there was a couple of like equal lows that I was looking at, but it went through them and then took out that other low below them, so it just kept going.
Yeah. So yeah, ripped underneath this bit, and then it took this bit easily. There was just no slowdown. But then it dropped into the bigger, like the higher time frame zone that I had, which was this one. So if we go over to the left, it's on the lower time frames. If I just pinpoint it, go to the 5 minutes. So this bit of structure across here. So
yeah.
On the 15-minute looked quite nice as well. It's more obvious on the 15-minute. So this run up, little pullback on the 15-minute, and then a run up. As soon as you go to the hour time frame, it kind of disappears. It just looks like a wick. But that was a zone. Next one's a zone as well. So when price came down, into it, it showed on the 30 minutes. We saw it was. Let me just remove this. You can see like this in the 30-minute candles. 30-minute candles, big bodies, slowed right down. Little manipulation, little doji. The timing of it as well. Look at the timing, 11:30. So UK time. So getting real close to New York session. New York session pullback very likely. Entered when that 30-minute candle closed. Price pushed up 100 pips. Secured around this point. Secured the bag, left the little runner, and still going. Runner's still going. 20% of that initial position. I thought it was gonna. I didn't even move the break even. Just left the stop loss where it was. Survived. I wonder if we can get it now. I'm just going to see if we can hit the original target, because I think this is liquidity left over. So that's where I'll be targeting today. We've got a little bit of news today. The yields continue to fall in the euro, but the US yields didn't fall as much. Oh, sorry. They all fell. It's now the new day is showing that they're bouncing a little bit. We got jobs jolts openings yesterday, which showed this is the lowest jobs actual number for a long time, for a couple of years. So since April 6, 2021, this is the lowest number. So I mean, it's just job openings. So it's like they do a ratio of like how many it's job openings to unemployed people, and this is showing normally it's like double, right? Normally you got twice as many jobs as there are unemployed people. Don't ask me why they use that. Anyway, but it was like 1.2 times of jobs for every unemployed person there is, or person looking for work. But most of these job openings advertised are simply not to be filled. They're just looking for talent, or just constantly got in jobs that are constantly got high turnover, like hospitality. They just keep the ads running. Anyway, this ratio dropped now down to 1 times. So it's still above pre-pandemic levels, but it's definitely showing signs of slowing. So what we started to get is towards the end, after 3 o'clock UK time came in, yields continued to fall, but what we started to get was talk about pricing in a potential rate cut. So you can see right here, Treasuries rose amid hints of a softening US job market, which boosted Federal Reserve rate cut expectations. Stocks, they lack direction, but because we'll look at NAS in a second, but they are now pricing the possibility again of 2 rate cuts. So the first being November, and they still are keeping a September rate cut hope alive. But we'll see. Maybe they cut November, December, or we just need to wait for more data. The real mover yesterday was yen, and there was definitely a risk-off day yesterday. So German was falling. Should have probably picked this as well. I think this is a little bit slack on my behalf, missing this, because I didn't even look at yen until real late. I don't know why I didn't notice it on here as well. But yesterday being risk off, we had if we look like today we've got Canada rate cuts. Tomorrow we have let's remove this, is not a real trade going. Today we've got Canada rate cuts. The forecast and the cut. And we've got and then tomorrow we've got the euro interest rates, and they're also expecting to have a cut. So it should have been pretty clear, because next week we've got Japan. Where is it? On the 14th, there we go. They've got Japanese interest rates, and whilst they're not expected to hike, they're more expected to hold for this June one, but they're actually expected to hike in July. So if you just pair a currency that's looking to cut with a currency that's looking to hike, you would expect to see this, just big sell-off. So probably should have been ready for this, because the yen started gaining strength before the Germans started to fall. We also saw the Swiss also strengthening, like it was just all downhill. So if we've got Swiss strengthening, if we've got Japan strengthening, we've also got also some uncertainty happening in India as well, with their election shock, where the Modi didn't win the majority. So they saw the Indian stock market tumble. So it definitely was a flight into safety. So I should have adapted to that. It all makes sense in hindsight right now. So now that we have had that sell-off, we have had price really drop. We've had it drop into a nice little area. I would be pretty keen to see today those risk-off vibes pull back a little bit. And given that we've had a couple strong reactions from this level, now. I would like it to at least take out this high and then push up to my target for where I was looking for yesterday. So I would like to see a bit of, I would like to see this. I'm still going to lean into these buys, hopefully. Hopefully they come out. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking at. So now for Wednesday. That's next week. Wednesday this week. Okay. We've had some Aussie. This is a weird one. Aussie GDP. How do you manage to do that?
So what are we saying you're targeting today? Previous London high.
Asian high from yesterday.
Oh yeah, cool.
That's what I'm looking for. Because I don't like how London didn't take the high. And then New York just pulled back and took the lower high as well. I know we've got a little bit of trendline liquidity here, so, but I'm not going to be scared. I think I'm trying to target that area. Now, if we look at Aussie's got quite a lot of strength today after I had a huge sell-off yesterday, and then Aussie's risen. We had negative GDP numbers come in, but they had also at the same time note last month 0.2, sorry, last quarter 0.2, got revised higher, and then this current quarter came in 0.1 lower, and the previous one came 0.1 higher. I got revised 0.1 higher, so it's not really negative news. Not really negative. Okay. Some more. These PMI, it feels like they never end, hey? So we had all the manufacturing final on Monday. Now we've got the services final on Wednesday, but I don't think it's going to hold much weight. And then we've got later on ADP non-farm employment, so the automatic data processing for the US. And then we've got the big one. This could be a sneaky mover, the Canadian interest rates. And then we've got USD ISM services in the press conference. Then tomorrow's the big one, Euro refinancing rate. So we look at yesterday. German just tumbled a lot, and then US recovered a lot of the move, and then fell, and then now we're recovering a lot of the move again. We look at NAS, and we didn't have that same sort of movement yesterday. Yesterday, it fell a little bit, pushed up, and then it was an absolutely diabolical session. It moved real late. Not sure really what caused that real late move. But I was looking for trades inside of here, and I just gave up. It was awful. Nothing going on in here. Morning IP, Arnis. Thanks OS. You have a great morning as well. Okay, so hit me. What's your bias, guys? What are you looking at?
I'm looking for a pullback into the Asian session and then move up. So I'm just going to wait for some sort of reaction in that level there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was also hoping for Asian 50%.
Yeah, I like this gap here.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Hong Kong gap is below the Asian low, so pullback could drop further and take out Asian low. Need to see some strong price action before going long from Asia 50.
Sure. Here's your Hong Kong gap. Got one above it as well still.
If it's hitting, no, that one's already been taken.
This one?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah. See, it was created up and you can see it's green. And then it took it out in euro yesterday. So the Hong Kong gap starts at the end of
Yeah.
New York, and then it closes mid-Asia. So
Right,
sometimes it doesn't take it out. Now, in that yesterday it did, and then it continues out.
I was thinking
Quite
it needed
often
to do it
bounces off the
twice.
bottom.
I might be
Yeah,
wrong.
it does go back for it, but not necessarily the same day.
Yeah, okay.
Normally when there's momentum towards the Hong Kong gap, it doesn't leave it.
Okay. Anna's still going to pull back to the Asian session as well. Pranaya, good morning. Good morning, mate. How are you? Alan, good morning. Clean everything up. So, I was curious to see if we could push up to this area today. Um, 4-hour chart, just like zooming right out, so that's having a look as well. I'd love to see it push up to here. But come test this area first. Yes, exactly that. That'd be beautiful. That would be very nice.
As long as it does it in that way, exactly, cleanly, it's great.
Yeah, if it does shoot up before that Hong Kong gap, it'll be a move to look for later for sure.
Yeah, that was the issue of yesterday. Yesterday,
Yeah.
the order was... It wasn't me that was wrong. It was German that was wrong.
Imagine.
And we've got this little accumulation. We've already tested it once with this wick here. Got a little bit of trend line liquidity. Yeah, definitely would like to see it pull back. If we're lucky to get one.
It's quite a nice 15-minute imbalance in the bottom half of that Asian session.
When Tokyo opened?
It's about sort of 4 or 5 candles in on the 15-minute.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
this one here, wasn't it? This one.
Yeah, exactly. So I sort of pull back into that area and then hopefully move up. Might be nice.
Yeah, and the 30 is really clear as well. That's why I was looking at these two.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like it to go to. I just wish it was like so easy to pull the trigger with no consequences, and then just look to trade it down to that, and then just buy straight up. But
Let's try a demo account.
yeah, if only everything was like that. Oh, just add more to my demo account. Withdraw my demo account profits today.
Yeah, and you can buy a virtual house with your virtual money and have a virtual family.
It's like when I play tea with my daughter.
Let's play being rich.
Yeah.
With lots of money and
Yeah, we've got a little play picnic set. We have some. Use our cups and put the strawberries on the plate. Okay, I'm not gonna do what I did yesterday and try get cute to try buy up into my sell zone to then sell. Not gonna do that today.
not going to sell down into your buy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sell into my buy zone. Come on, 8 more minutes. Yeah, how do you get on with the backtesting yesterday?
Thorsten sent through a trial of the indicator.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I just gave some feedback on that.
Yeah,
And he sent back some stuff, so I'm going to check it out.
yeah, awesome.
Didn't do much more. I did check out the pairs that I had flagged a couple of days ago, and some of them are definitely trending towards, hopefully, one of those scenarios. I think the only ones that we saw recently were yen pairs. I think euro yen and pound yen.
Yeah, yeah, the other
Yeah.
ones that move.
Yeah. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see that when I've marked up with tagged the ones that I think are promising. Interesting to see if something that looks promising actually turns into anything, or if it just looks promising and that's it.
Mm.
We'll see.
GJ going pretty strong. Yeah, recovery day. Recovery day at the moment. Look at this, far out. That's 200 pips nearly. No, 140 pips. Because yesterday I just absolutely.
Yeah, it must be.
dumped.
It must be yen because euro's doing the same.
Yeah. I think the election shock had a bigger, like, that news was definitely in India, the election news. Because India's economy, like, although the stock market is not, like, it doesn't make much of the whole world scale, it's a bit undeveloped, it's still, there's still a big economy. They're still, like, a good consumer and supplier. And uncertainty with a sort of tied up parliament now is difficult. And now we're going to that risk off sentiment is starting to work its way off. So I think we could get some good moves. What did VIX do? VIX didn't really do a lot. Yields are coming up though, a little bit, but I wonder if this can stall. Pre-markets, small caps not doing so well. Large caps doing alright. We saw most of the tech companies do well yesterday. Amazon, Apple, Nvidia. Yeah. Okay, 5 more minutes. What'll be crap is if it's this to the 5-minute candle that it starts to push. Because we have seen it do the last 5 minutes of the German Open actually move.
You'd think it would drop and get people into the cells, wouldn't you? Before it moves up.
Yeah. Yeah. Oops. Yesterday kind of didn't. Oh, sorry. It pushed before it dropped. It didn't actually like sweep into these highs though, and that's just what I wonder if it's just gonna do this and not actually come into this area. But it could. We're still on the higher time frame. We're more bearish than we're bullish, so it could push up into a nice area and then come back and collect it later. Because what I was hoping was it going to do this, and then from here I'm not sure if it goes down or if it continues pushing up and stays inside. Maybe this is the start of a new range.
Or it could grab that liquidity above those two equal highs there and then push down again.
Yeah. So whether it, like which scenario that it does, just want to be on the right side of it.
But it didn't close under that previous structural low.
This one here, over to the left further. Yeah.
It didn't quite close underneath it, so I guess we can conclude that. That's why I'm still long today at least. If it had broken underneath, then yeah, it'd be a bit different.
No, just
I wanted to put your run into drawdown again, Hayden. That's why I didn't take out the low yesterday.
What's up?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hayden's runner entry almost got stopped yesterday.
Yeah, imagine like, yeah. I just didn't look at it. Didn't look at it fall. I was watching it then. I was thinking, damn, nothing to do with the runner. Just it's got to do what it's got to do. But when I was looking at NAS, it was making me really keen to short NAS, thinking that NAS would do the same thing, drop. But NAS was stuck. Yeah, we do got the Nvidia stock split in 2 days as well. So there should be some inflows into Nvidia, which could help prop up the stocks. Okay, come on. Love it to push into the zone. I mean, Asian session already, we pushed up, we set the gap, and then we came in, we retested it in the Asian session, and then pushed up since. So, how big is this? I mean, it's not that big a range. It's not like it's out of the question to maybe reduce the size and then take a couple entries in here. I'm not sure how low it will go if it does, because there are some areas. Problem if it just rips down to that mid-morning gap, and that would be a bit bad position in here. Okay, 3 seconds. London opens upon us. pushing. Morning, Tony. Alright, looks like we're gonna make a run for it, hopefully. This wick. See if we can take out the New York high. And then drive up to here. Come on.
Maddie's being very vocal today.
What's that, sorry?
Maddie's being very vocal today.
Yeah. Today's the day that Mum goes into work. She's getting ready, so she's playing with her toys behind me. Every month she's been getting a new little toy to play with, and there was June was the picnic month, so she's got the plastic fork that she's chewing. Is anyone in anything? Are you still waiting?
I was tempted to take a short from the top of the Euro high.
Yeah, me too, but I didn't have the didn't pull the trigger.
I'm not certain about it. It's not working.
I'm just gonna stay long. I think that's my bias, so I'm gonna wait for a buy signal.
Yeah. Do you went long on the open, Ive? From the low 18. Oh yeah, great.
Yeah, I went long on the open. It's very low risk though.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to get left behind against your runner when it screamed up to the top of the Asian high.
Asian high.
Well, your runner that's targeting, where's your TP on? Yeah, up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. You mean, I gotcha.
I wanted a piece of the action, but
I think
yeah,
I think his runner's TP's at all-time high. I think, isn't it?
yeah, I get stopped out there. It's very low risk.
No, that's good risk to reward.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, I want to see it. See what
Yeah,
it
okay.
does in here. So we got a lot of rejections. Okay, coming into this gap now, which is nice. Let's see what it does.
I never really hear Maddie crying. Does she say that for when she's offline?
Yeah, after lunchtime in the evenings she can get a little bit cry. Otherwise she's always in a good mood. She's always in a good mood in the mornings. I think only once or twice she's woken up, and I think it was when her teeth were bothering her. Otherwise she's always in a good mood. Or when I try feed her. Morning, honest. Yeah, that was one of the strategies to get her to eat, was to open her mouth. To you can try put like some soup or porridge in. Is like give her the spoon that she plays with, and then take it off her, and then she starts crying and opens her mouth. And you put the other spoon that we've got ready with the porridge in the mouth, and then give her the spoon back.
Bacon switch.
Yeah, that's it. It's got my sweep at the top, missed the initial impulse down, no way for a little pullback, take a 25 P short or so. Cool. Yeah, I like this area. I was hoping it's going to just touch that grey zone.
I think it will. I think it'll bounce back off the euro low, come back down a bit further.
But they got this little thing, like this little gap here is interesting. I haven't looked at gold. What's gold been doing? So we were at 23.40 in the Asian session. Oh, not Asian session. Yeah, more or less. And then we pulled back. So gold's been moving so good lately. Have you tried that when the what's this? When the mum beats the pretends like to bash me if I don't eat, and then the kid will start eating.
Jesus, what kind of childhood do you have?
Is this a reel or something that's been going around? There we go. Now we're taking this gap. I've seen one where this dog, this guy the dog's like really keen for a food, and then he gives it like before the dog eats it, one of the humans eats it, and the human pretends to die, like as if it's poisoned, and the dog's like, what? And then he goes to give like another bit to the dog, and the dog's like, nah. Yeah, I wish it didn't reject the top before coming down in here. But I want to wait and see if we get some sort of pullback. Sorry, some sort of like candle like this in this area, and then I'll jump in and see if we can push up to those areas.
You mean scaling?
Yeah, it would be a scale in for my previous one, yeah. A different account though now. Just cycling.
We have a risky entry at 50% of that gap, so I'm in for the long.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I could do like I could try cowboy entry today.
Yeah, it's just a small, small stop on it. If it tears off, good.
I entered long. There's a confluence of trend line as well for me.
Yeah. Sweet. Just want to see some sort of wick. Maybe this 5 minute. Yeah, I want to see what this 5 minute candle does. Close in 2 minutes, and then I might join you guys.
It's cool how we're gonna hear how Maddie grows up, like trading session by trading session.
Yeah, you just start doing the words. Then it'll be
By
like.
the time she's 4, she'll be making comments and winding you up, and
18 years later, we're still doing the same thing, and she's like, "Give me your keys." Taking
no,
the car.
18 years she'll be taking your sessions. And you'll be retired.
Got my Maddie coming home today.
Oh yeah, is uni finished?
Yeah, she's coming home again on holiday.
Nice. Oh, then you're going to Portugal later on soon,
Yeah.
aren't you?
Yeah, that's next month.
All right. Five-minute close the rejection. And let's hope that in 15 minutes it's going to drive, so I'm in as well. It's better workout. I blame you guys.
There was considerable peer pressure brought to bear.
So it's roughly what I've got done. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to risk this. I've got to go change the nappy. So hopefully I come back, good news. But I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
So, Dave, in your back testing you're doing for this daily thing, are you waiting for a cross of the MACD, or are you waiting for it just to start to turn?
I actually don't know yet. I'm not really. I mean, Hayden asked about my back testing. I haven't really done it yet, and I'm trying to. Yeah, it'll take some time, I think, to work out what kind of parameters to use, as in the cross and the overbought oversold is virtually never going to be perfectly aligned. So how imperfect is it allowed to be? Is it allowed to occur within 1 day of each other? Is that acceptable? How oversold or overbought are we allowing? Is it, say, up to the 80%, above 80%, or above 60%? So there's quite a lot of flexibility that needs to be looked at.
Yeah, it does get very subjective, doesn't it?
Well, that's why when people say, I've got this entirely mechanical trading plan, you're like, yeah, really? Okay, I'd love to see that, because yeah, you could say the mechanical trading plan is that when the MACD crosses and the RSI is an overbought, you press sell. Like, well, yeah, but that means you're never going to take it ever, because it will never be perfect. It will never align perfectly ever. So then you're saying, oh no, well, it's got to be close enough. You're like, okay, what's close enough? Before you know it, the entire thing's subjective. So
I think, I mean, I've spent quite a lot of time and money developing EAs over the years, you know, robots and stuff. And had a programmer out in Egypt that is quite good. And I've never, ever found anything that works through all markets, or, you know, I mean, I've sort of developed some EAs that have been so bad, I've reversed them, you know, and they still lose.
But the thing is that whenever anyone says they've got this amazing indicator, they end up saying, yeah, well, it's just going to give you an indication, and then it's up to you to go and see if you would like to, acknowledge it or whatever, take notice of it. Like, yeah, well, then that immediately means you don't trust it, and so then what's it for?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's tough. I mean, there are people that have developed robots that work. I mean, you know, I think there's like there's competitions, isn't there, with people that use winning robots, but I've never found one. I've never really tried to. I never really got into it that much. But it reminds me of Learn to Trade, where they've got 25 different strategies, and yet with all of them, you've got to sit down and spend a lot of time analyzing the signals and working out, is it actually a good signal? And so if you're going to spend all your time analyzing a signal, then, and you're already biased because you're already saying, well, the signal means something. But if the signal doesn't mean something, then yeah, anyway, it's a strange thing. Yeah. It's appealing because you can just turn it on and go to work and go out and do whatever you want to do. And, that would be amazing, wouldn't it, if it just worked in the background and made you money? But
yeah, but I like the idea that, like, even just going through the exercise of looking through all the pairs and seeing which ones may be ideal for this kind of strategy. I looked at, I think it was Euro New Zealand, where just the act of identifying that it is trending towards that kind of coincidence or confluence means that now I'm more likely to look at it, and I'm looking at it on a structural level as well and going, well, so maybe I'll end up extracting a really good trade from it, not because I end up getting the perfect MACD cross and RSI oversold, but because that has helped me to identify a potential trade based on good structure and good, everything else.
Sort of draws your eye to the chart, sort of thing.
Yeah, so I wouldn't otherwise look at Euro New Zealand. I have no reason to. But now I'm like, oh, actually, that's really good. And then maybe it'll end up crossing, maybe it won't. Maybe I'll take the trade without it even satisfying those conditions. But because I was looking at it, I found a good trade, maybe. I don't know. So maybe it's useful for that only. I don't know. But I haven't actually started backtesting it at all, so I've got to draw up a spreadsheet and see if I can put some parameters around it. But it does concern me that there is already considerable flexibility, considerable subjectivity. Saying, well, yeah, it looks like it's sort of crossing in the sort of area where it's sort of overbought and it sort of looks pretty good. You're like, well, then it's all just meaningless.
What you're talking about?
Talk about you.
Oh, all bad things, thank you.
No, we're talking about the RSI MACD thing.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was just discussing how I don't yet know how useful it'll be, but I was in the process of looking for potential trades using that strategy. I found Euro New Zealand, which makes me think, well, okay, Euro New Zealand could be in a good zone for that kind of trade. Whether it ends up ticking the boxes with MACD crosses and RSIs is yet to be seen, but it might end up being a really good trade just because it drew my eye to that pair and I saw a good opportunity. So perhaps it's useful in that respect, even if it doesn't produce that perfect setup. Like it may not, but it might still be a good trade.
Yeah.
Also. I'm going to try and put some parameters around it soon, as in, yeah, if it is, yeah, certain levels of overbought or oversold, and maybe a time frame around that coincidence of MACD cross and RSI.
Yeah, I'll show you an example of what I was looking at. Like, so if we look at the Aussie US at a time when,
by the way, I think I answered my own question about the MACD, about the different lines and in which direction they cross. It's basically like an EMA, like it's a slow line.
they are EMAs. Yeah, there are 12 and a 26.
Yeah, so the blue one, when it moves upwards through the average of the smooth line, and that's obviously going up. So
Yeah.
to cross.
So, for an example like here, when we get to some of these like more extreme lows or extreme highs, is just like looking at how price came down, up, down, create a little resistance, little manipulation that we look at as well, little rejection candle, and then it creates it breaks the high, closes, like the daily candle closes higher. EMA is starting to push upwards, so it's like a cross is going to be imminent. We haven't quite came from oversold conditions here, but when you're like tying some of these pieces together, it's like, I know this is super lagging as well, but just pure support resistance as well makes sense, and maybe we are in for an extended run. Now it's important not to this is the benefit of hindsight. Don't want to use hindsight all the time, but we can use some sort of anticipation, especially when you've got clean candles and all this other stuff. I want to go through some stuff when we finish the stream as well into what I want to add to it, because we're going to have the fundamental outlook. It will be in line with that. This is just trying to take some of the guesswork out by using indicators. I'm not happy about using indicators, but I also don't want to have that sort of decision fatigue where you've got to use a lot of brain power to come up with some ideas.
Yeah, as I said, I could just alert you to a potential swing trade, and then there's a discussion around whether it's a good swing trade or not.
Yeah.
Like the year in New Zealand, I think is looking like it could be nice soon.
Oh man, this 5-minute candle just opened. Annoying. No top wick. Just as soon as it opened, just went bang. This one. Nasty. 1 minute candle, just 18 pip drop. Is it a fake out? Fake? Do we trust this candle?
No.
Disappointing that one, isn't it?
I'm disappointed in you, Candle.
Yeah.
You've disappointed me. Just doing it to wind you up, Justin. Just doing it to wind you up.
Yeah.
Don't let it make you get upset.
I was 20 pips up at one point. I was looking nice, but
What are you looking at here, actually?
On 5 minute. 5 minute came back to taken out this low here. Now depending upon how this candle gonna close, gonna be important. Also 30 minute gonna close in 4 minutes now. So if the 30 minute is not closing like a rejection from bottom side, it's gonna be a hard one. It can come back to the downside then.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want the 30-minute to close too strong. Otherwise, it's just likely to do wick fill down. Come on, London, don't be a prick.
What are your thoughts, Akshay, on H4 or trends for German 40?
For now, I mean it's really hard to look for. I mean depend upon the hourly closing, I can decide. Right now, it's at prime area for selling this area. So taking a look, how depend upon how this hourly candle close, we maybe continue pushing to the upside to take out the previous daily high to target that thing. Like if we able to take another previous daily high, that's you can look for another selling opportunity. For now, maybe push to the upside. It's just the thing with the here is this was a low which created new high here, and price should not be closing below this thing. If price is closing below this thing, then we may be coming downside. So I don't want to see that closing 30-minute closing bearish one, strong bearish one. So I want to see like I want to see hourly closing bullish one. If hourly able to close bullish one, then we may be pushing upside. Otherwise, creating HCS here, and then price may coming back to the downside again.
Yeah, makes it bloody hard to hold in a minute if this 30-minute candle's closing like this. And I think I'd have to cut my losses. Well, not loss, break even.
Because on 15-minute, it looked like we just retested to the FU candle here right now, and then we are coming back to the downside.
If this 30-minute closes sort of where it is now, that's a single candle negation from the
Yes,
downside, right?
yes. So if it closing like a closing above like a 510, then we are good. We can continue pushing upside.
Keep talking, it's working.
Yeah, we need to at least create that topic on that 5 minutes. So at least you may get a chance to close some partial.
Oh, this would be good if we're closing above this little neckline. Come on.
Come on, Akshay. keep
Oh,
talking.
1 minute. Sorry, one sec. It didn't close. Come on.
No, still price can push upside because right now the momentum is from downside to push upside. So at least you can get some kind of, at least some push.
Yeah,
But-
that bottom wick was in the last 30 seconds of the 30 minute. Well, the last, actually not
Now
really.
the 5 minute created HCS from downside.
Push. Come on.
this with this. Like,
Otherwise, we'll get mad at the yell at the candles.
You could throw a fork at the camera at the computer.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, 5 minutes looks good.
if you are getting like more than 20 piece, maybe close partial.
Yeah, my position was 15 tops at the top of this wick.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm basically on at 18,500 even. Just too.
Nice push.
Push, come on.
If price able to push upside, I think we can target the yesterday area you are talking about for the liquidity. It can take out that liquidity then. 580.
Yeah, that's my target, 580.
Right, I've closed half and moved stop to break even. I've got to go, guys. I'll catch you tomorrow.
Nice catch, mate.
Take care.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah, that's nice because you're in there, roughly. That's a good move.
That's where I got to do.
The 30 minutes still not giving me much clues. Ah, no. It's going to come back to entry.
Bottom wick for the 30.
What's that?
Just the bottom wick for the 30.
I hope so.
Yeah, tiny bottom wick only. We don't need big bottom wick.
Yeah. Come on. But how are these PMIs going? German's not for another 20 minutes. The tension, huh? GJ tapped my stop loss, then shot 20 pips. Oh, not a yeah. Did it now. That's GJ.
Keep an eye on GBP ALD. I think we may get a selling opportunity today.
Yeah, the Aussie news came a little bit disappointingly low, but they did revise the previous quarter higher. So like we've been sort of stuck in this area for a bit, haven't swept this. Yeah, where are you looking at targeting to the downside?
Yeah, looking for selling from the area here, and then targeting to the downside.
Yeah.
This took out the all the liquidity, early sellers. This one took out that thing.
Yeah.
We never able to close above, and now price is already shifting structure also here. If you just go to the 4 hour.
Yeah.
So on 4 hour, we already created a FU candle here. So maybe price may come back into this area, and maybe from that area we may get a selling to the downside.
Mm-hmm.
Because if this is the high which broke the structure here. Now this can be a liquidity generated, price took out that liquidity, and now maybe we will start moving to the downside to create a new lower low.
Yeah, I hope so. Would like to see Aussie gain some strength back on the pound. Alright, this is taking way too long. Taking way too long. I'm not in a great position here. It's like because I didn't get in down here. I'm thinking though, I'm not really keen on it if it rips down, even if it ripped up then. So kind of want it just to move, but I also just want to take the risk out of it.
Now if price already closing above this thing, I think we will continue pushing, because this is a manipulation from upside, this is manipulation from downside, and if price is breaking here, then we may be pushing upside then.
Yeah, it'd be nice if the 15-minute candle can close above this previous wick. Once we can close inside of here, I think we can open the doors. Considering closing a partial,
yeah, we're trading against the 1 hour FU as well.
Yeah, but I just hope my sentiment and bullishness is going to work out. I think I'm going to close a partial here. Yeah. Yeah. Because the stops at break even, pretty highly likely that this becomes a BE. So I wanted to just take something for it. And then just see, you know, it's in the hands of the gods now. So I've already taken a little, watered it down. Not taking too much off though, low, because I was risking 25 pips in the first place. This is only it pulled back on me right when I was taking it, because I thought it was close to 18 pips in profit, but it pulled back and it executed at 15 pips. But now that I've done that, it should push. So I've helped you guys out, hopefully. Anyway, it's not gonna. It's got something for the efforts. It's nothing. That's nothing big yet, though. Let's hope the target can be hit. It's just super slow, which is annoying. I don't like how these bloody candles are just not moving. It will likely move after 9 o'clock. As it seems to be doing. Seems to be like waiting until that 9 o'clock moves. And then, like yesterday was good. But even when it is slow, like here, see how we sort of like just get the first 30 minutes, just like a little doji candle, then another doji candle, and then it's 9 o'clock. We actually, didn't actually go anywhere afterwards, but at least it was like the candle opened and then we just started pushing up, and it pushed up for like 40 pips. Whereas here, this first hour in the London session, this can be bullshit sometimes. All right. Well, for the YouTube side of things, my plan. I've already closed some. I've got the rest running. Stops at break even. I hope to see this hit today at some stage. I really don't like how price has just been doing nothing for the first 45 minutes of the open. The next 9 o'clock, we should see some. Hopefully, we see some good movement. At least push out of this area. But yeah, there's nothing else I can do here. That's my trade for the morning. If price does decide to push, hopefully it can just push and push and push and push. And let's say it does hit the target or even exceeds the target a little bit, and we get into like 11:30, so like in about 3 hours time, and we start showing signs of rejection and we're at a POI, I'll look for a sell to correct some of this move. That'll be my plan for a late London session. And then New York, I'll have to see what New York's going to be doing, but that's hopefully it just either rips up or rips down at 9 o'clock. Hopefully it rips up, because then this trade will take full profit. If it rips down, I'll still look for the same thing, but I want to see that counter trend move if price moves 120 pips up or down from here. I want to see this whole range be exceeded. I really don't like this crap. It's just annoying. So I'll leave it there. So Zoomers, stay on, because I want to ask a couple of questions. But YouTube, appreciate you guys. Good luck for the rest of the session, and I will see you tomorrow.
Another nasty 2-minute drop without a wick.